It's 1961 and the youngest elected president in history, John F. Kennedy, is inaugurated. Harper Lee is awarded the Pulitzer Prize for To Kill a Mockingbird. West Side Story wins the Oscar. The first U.S. astronaut, Alan Shepard, rockets into space. Dr. Martin Luther King speaks at the Southern Baptist Seminary. Bill Berry invites Dr. King to help organize desegregation in Chicago. Chubby Checker tops the charts with Twist Again. And the Shirelles ask, will you still love me tomorrow? Freedom Riders test the United States Supreme Court decision Boynton versus Virginia by riding racially integrated interstate buses into the South. Some are attacked and beaten by white supremacist supporters of racial segregation. A Raisin in the Sun starring Sidney Poitier, set in Chicago, premieres in Hollywood. A baby boy named Barack Obama is born in Hawaii. And the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. performed to benefit the first Golden Fellowship dinner hosted by the Chicago Urban League.
They're responsible for the first paycheck that I ever earned in this country.
The Urban League helped me to actually get into college.
My mom had a massive stroke right before I was leaving for college. Someone referred me to the Chicago Urban League about 10 minutes and said, you know what, you're going to be going back to school. And I will always remember that.
My husband died in 2007, and I went from 2 incomes to 1 income. So I went to the Chicago Urban League, and Miss Rubin really helped me save my home.
Just elated that the Urban League and ComEd awarded her a scholarship.
And the Chicago Urban League inspired us to start our own business and to become entrepreneurs.
It has been said that without a vision, the people will perish. So for almost a century, the Chicago Urban League has been engaged in the continuous pursuit of equality, parity, and justice for Chicago's African American community.
Black and white and brown together have got to alter the culture of America.
The Chicago Urban League has been a beacon of light for generations.
As African Americans, we were not given the opportunity to be securely employed anywhere. Well, the Urban League was here to fight for us, and the Urban League took up the good fight and in many instances helped to bring about change as we've seen it.
The job training programs and corporate bridge building were critical keys to opening previously locked doors for workers who had been denied jobs simply because of the color of their skin. It was Chicago Urban League victories like this that not only changed one life, but influenced generations to come.
The Chicago Urban League helped my father get his first job.
I was talking to Mr. Gould, that was president. He called up downtown to Edison and talked to Mr. Childs that was over industrial relations and told him that he wanted to see what he could do for me, give me a job with Edison. Next morning, I got my zoot suit on with the big shoulders and the little pants and a tie and everything, and went up to Edison on Green.
That one phone call that someone made from the Urban League back in the 1930s or 40s helped to define the Watson legacy for 4 generations going forward and still counting. Without a doubt, I would not have become the president of Chicago State University without that phone call.
For 95 years, we have been working to build strong communities. We've been the place that people have gone to when they needed a job, when they needed money to stay in school. And really, those are the core components if you think about what makes a strong community. You need access to work, you need access to education, you need access to quality housing. And the Urban League has been about those points and those factors for 95 years.
And as part of that 95-year legacy, the League has relentlessly labored to empower future generations.
I grew up, my parents being on drugs, in and out of jail. My grandmother actually took us and really just took us out of a bad situation and brought us to a whole different, light.
Did nobody want them, but I wanted them because they was my flesh and blood.
And I think the best thing my parents could have wanted for me is to have a role model like my grandmother.
I was having trouble out of some of them. You know how boys, they will go off. So I got on my knees and I said my prayers. I said, Lord, I'm in a bind.
I came to the Williams home and I met Isaiah, I met Joshua, and I met Joseph.
He said, I am Isaiah's mentor. Well, I said to myself, I said, Lord, that was a quick answer prayer.
Joseph, he believed in everything I said. I said, Joseph, if you do what I'm telling you to do, that you'll be able to make it.
This young man came with everything I needed. The intelligence, the way to make them obey. And he is just a little taller than me, but he can speak to them and they jump. They jump, and I love it.
Me and Sandy, we kind of do this, we kind of go back and forth. We're helping each other out with a whole lot of things. He helped me find a job. I help him look better on his job, you know what I'm saying?
So he bought in everything I said. So you won't be shot in these streets. You won't be on drugs. You'll be able to go to college and graduate and make something for yourself. So when he got shot, it was like my own son being shot.
The day that it happened, I was in the kitchen and I heard the shots and I ran to the front.
And we went out on the porch. It's a hot summer day. It's 80 degrees outside. It's 110 in the house. And so we going outside, you drinking water, you drinking pops and stuff like that. And we see a bunch of boys coming up on us. Some got t-shirts over their faces. And one of my friends pointed out, he got a gun. And there was a girl who was standing like right by my door. And I'm looking at her in the eyes, and she's froze, and a bullet fly passes her head. And I look at her, I'm trying to get inside the house. Another bullet goes somewhere else. The other one hits me in my side.
Joseph hollered, Granny, I'm shot. I'm shot. I said, you shot? And I turned him around and I seen the bullet in his side. He was bleeding out his side.
And I'm just calling like a regular day. Hey, how you doing, Miss Williams? What's going on? She's like, Sandy, Joseph got shot. And, I just couldn't take it. Tears started falling down my eyes. And
I talked to Joseph and I told Joseph, you're gonna be all right.
Let him know that's gonna be okay, and let him know that we're still gonna do some big things together. You're still going to college, no matter if you got shot or what. If I gotta carry you out there, you're going.
Him and some other mentees that came by to see me, it really was, a boost, knowing that I have somebody to live for and that somebody who wants to see me do good. And that was really just the icing on the cake for me to just get up and start walking again.
These guys really changed my life, big time.
I just thank the Urban League, and I just, thank God for having him there with me.
You building relationships, and you're going in people's homes, and you're hearing their problems, and you have to do something. Chicago Urban League, they gave me an opportunity to be a superhero.
I think Urban League is the best thing ever happened, because they have helped me so much. They make men out of boys.
Chicago Urban League, man, we've done some amazing things over there, and we're gonna keep doing some positive things.